Hello peoples! Today Scorch Our Toys at anymoon.com is taking a look at Calibre Wings 2020 Convention Exclusive Stealth 172 Scale Completed Diecast Model VF-1S. You're not going to find many conventions this year, so it's probably more accurately described as a web exclusive that first became available in July 2020. You can grab yours now by heading to Big Bad Toy Store through the link in the comments below and then searching for Macross, which is a whole lot easier than waiting in line at San Diego Comic-Con, though I still wish I was there. While you're shopping, you'll also see that Calibre Wings has several other repaints in the pipeline to pre-order. Like the previous releases, the Stealth 1S comes in an attractive box with a flip-top lid. Calibre Wings went with a black plane on top of a black background to drive that stealth element home. Sliding the tray out of the box, you'll get the VF-1 as well as 4 sets of TV-style missiles, 2 rear landing gear bay doors for when the gear are installed, 3 closed bay doors for when you've removed the gear, seated and standing pilot figures. The standing pilot figure also comes with a plate to keep them up, and a gun. And behind the tray, you'll find a little red pouch with "Remove Before Flight" written on it, and inside there are instructions, which you can find a full scan of those up on anymoon.com. If you've seen my reviews of the Max and Miria versions or the Singapore Con exclusive, this is just a repaint, no surprises here. You do have rubber tires on white landing gear that are already installed. The strut on the rear landing gear is nicely painted silver there, as you can see. The doors that go in front of the bays are separate pieces that you're going to have to plug in to a little slot right in front of the bay. And it's not too hard to do, and it will fit in pretty snugly. Just line up the color with the wing tip and you'll be in good shape. So we can plug that one in over there. And now the model is ready to sit on its landing gear with those bay doors complete. You can also grab the included gun, and that is just going to tab in right between the arms, kind of like we see on many toys. There you go. Pretty firm fit, and actually locks into place, so that's all good. Then we have an opening canopy, so we can lift that up. We have a seated pilot figure that looks like this. We also have some really nice painted detail inside that cockpit, including a heads-up display. So that's all good to see. The pilot is nicely proportioned, fits in there very snugly. There's a little tooth on the front of the canopy, so when it comes down, it will sit in there and fit very snugly, which is also nice. We do get this pilot figure as well, with a little silver stand for it to hold it upright. So you can display the pilot either in or outside alongside the vehicle. You also get missiles. The hard points on the wings are just shallow holes. So the missiles, while they do attach and they will stay on, they will bump off very easily. So we could put this on, and since it's a rounded hole that this goes into, you can pivot those missiles in multiple directions. So there's the missile on. We could deck out each hard point with a missile. And again, since they're round, if we bring the wings out, and the wings do work together, we can move the missile to be pointed in a different direction to keep them straight at all times. All the missiles on the model, and it is looking good. The little antennae up at the top here are rubber, so you don't have to worry about breaking them as you handle the toy. These little antennae below the cockpit area, also rubber, so again, safe zone. The head lasers on the VF-1S are rigid plastics. You're definitely going to want to handle with care when it comes to those. The tires are rubber, but there is no spinning wheel here, so you can't roll the model back and forth. It is going to be something you pick up and move, but it does feel nice having them be rubber. There is good intake fan detail. Might be pretty hard to see. It's really deep set, and that's one of the benefits of a model that does not transform. They are able to put that fan way back in instead of it being very shallow like you see on the toys, because they have that gear walk joint right behind them. Now, the markings on this, I believe, are the same as we saw on the VF-1J Max and Miria models, but they do stand out a lot more on the black. And it's really impressive. Just about every single bay that has some sort of a detail also has some script next to it, either telling you what's inside or just a warning of some sort. So it's all very well done. It's a very impressive piece. Even the paint on the feet being different, the gun, the covers for the intakes being integrated in there. They don't come down because this doesn't transform, but it's a nice little detail point that they include. So a lot of great detail. The panel lines to me are a great depth. You can see them, but they're not like huge channels. I'm sure if you did scale this up, they'd be a little big, but as it is, very, very attractive piece. No display stand is included, but if you want to show the toy in a flying mode, you can go ahead and remove the landing gear and install the closed bay door, and it will plug in nice and firm, which is good. The back bay doors also have a little slot right in front of them where you can get a little tool in there and pop them off pretty easily. The front landing gear, on the other hand, this comes off very easily, but this door, once it's on, there's no notch to get a little tool in. So you're really committing when you put this on like so. So there it is. Now it's in the flying position. I can shake it. There is a lot of die-cast content here. If you've seen my Singapore Con exclusive, that shows you quite clearly all of the metal involved. You can now take a display stand. This is a flight pose display stand, and you can go ahead and plop it on in any number of different ways and show your toy, your model, I should say, off flying into the distance. Now you would have planned that better, but there you go. So you saw the missile fall off, a common problem. Obviously I can just plug that right back in and be back in business. This is a beautiful representation of the VF-1. It's got some nice heft to it. If you are a fan of this paint scheme, then there's no reason here not to go out and grab one. Just again, be really careful when you handle it with those head lasers, and everything else should be all right. Check out my full article on anymoon.com, subscribe, and thanks for watching.